Welcome to Reality Creator Radio. I'm Hermes, and today we're going to start a new topic, new string of topics I'm going to call Quantum Spirit. Now, you might think because of my spiritual words that I spit out and understanding that I am I'm not of a scientific mind, but you'd be very, very misled on that because my mind is extremely scientific, and even with my OBEs and the places I go, I'm always analyzing things from a very much scientific perspective, and not so much from a philosophical perspective. I don't actually mean that. I just mean that in a way that I realize that the creator of everything is both a philosopher and a scientist. And he just doesn't create things haphazardly. I mean, if it was possible for you to disappear from one place and appear in another in physical reality, there has to be a scientific reason for that. I don't think he just creates haphazard systems because the universe is absolutely beautiful and intricate, and it is an exploration into understanding things that are just beyond all of us. So what actually appears like magic really comes down to science in a different sort of way. So anything I talk about with my reality creating has that scientific approach to it. And so I always try to figure things out. I may not understand them at the time, but I understand that there is always a reason why something is like that. There's a reason why there's all these dimensions, and there's a reason why when you're out of body you have several different bodies and they're able to do different things. If you go back to one of my reality creator radio shows where I talked about multiple dimensions, I try to understand what's going on, even if I don't have the understanding at the time that I need. But as I learn and grow, Spirit helps me to understand these things that I can understand. All right, so what all this double talk is about with Quantum Spirit. One of the things that I have been working on is the connection to the creator. Naturally, that is an integral part of reality creator. It's an integral part of the spiritual journey, not only for myself, but for everybody else. Now, people have said, if you want to find the creator, you have to look within. It's a very common and famous sort of way of looking at things. And in my out-of-body travels, of course, I have never met the creator, okay? He never came up to me and said, I am the creator. No, that never happened. I met some vast, powerful intelligences and things like that hint that a creator does exist. The place where I do find the creator resides mostly is not in my out-of-body journeys, although I have to say it comes pretty close when I'm in that seventh dimensional reality and you're staring at the portrait of the universe, of the physical universe. I have to say that comes pretty damn close to seeing the creator, because that's like it's like a Leonardo da Vinci painting, all right? You're in an art show, and you have all these paintings in front of you from these people that have painted them, and you can always pick out the Leonardo da Vinci paintings because they're very unique. They carry his unique brushstroke, and that's the same thing with the creator. When you're looking at the universe, the flat plate of the universe from seventh dimensional reality, you're looking at the palette that the creator uses to paint the universe. It's about as close as I've ever been able to come to identifying the hand of the creator in all of my spiritual journeys, which is why I love seventh dimensional space, and I try to get up there to that high level as much as I can. But coughing again. We will chop this out, I promise. I'm gonna hold on, I'm gonna take a sip of coffee here. Oh God. You think I'd be into tea, I do. I like yerba mate tea, probably saying that wrong. I think it's a powerful tea. It's great antioxidants in it, and I think if you drank yerba mate tea every day, least one. I think in 30 days you'd have a completely new system in your heart and your veins. It would just clean everything out. It's really powerful stuff. But I like my coffee. I just can't get out of the taste of coffee. I like how it tastes. It also gives me some energy during the day. So I do both, but I definitely slant towards coffee. Maybe it's because I'm a American. I don't know. If I was British, I'd probably like tea more than coffee. But I drank lots of tea over the years, lots and lots of tea, and not much coffee. For some reason, I thought magic was going to happen if I cut coffee out of my life, and I just drank tea. But then one day I had a cup of coffee and I said, oh God, there's something about the human body and when it needs certain substances, and my body said, damn it, what the hell were you doing? Starving me from coffee for like 20 years. Anyway, did I digress? I went completely off topic. That's just what happens here. What can I tell you? It's a reality creator radio show. It's not scripted. I could do whatever I want. And Spirit usually takes me off on wild tangents. And here we are on a coffee, tea, blah, blah, blah tangent. Anyway, back to the quantum spirit topic. Okay, so from seventh dimensional reality, the painter who paints the galaxy, physical reality actually starts to become seen. But, not many people can reach seventh dimensional reality. And to be perfectly honest, it's just a glimpse. It's not any intimate connection with the creator, okay? Where I find that intimate connection with the creator is the inward thing. Remember I said before my coffee tea rant about everybody says look inward to find the creator. Well, that's where I find the most powerful energy of the creator. Now, you might think this is, why has anybody even questioned this particular thing? I noticed it. That's the place that I go when I need to dig in deeply and touch the creator's energy. It's why meditation is so important when it comes to connection with the creator, because, meditation puts you in a quiet state of being. It allows you to go inward and touch this inner space. Now, what is in this inner space that contains so much of the creator that the yogis and the Buddhas and all that stuff have taught that the reality, the creator is within? And I can confirm that the strongest place that I find the creator is inside inner space. It's not. He doesn't come to me. He's never come to me, even on inner space, and said to me, I am the creator. No, he's never done that. To be perfectly honest, if he did, I'd probably think it was a demon, to be because let's face it, something melodramatic like that, it's probably a demon. The creator doesn't present himself like that to me. He never has. I don't expect he ever will. It's like in seventh dimensional space, okay? You look at the painting and you see Leonardo's landscape there, and you know which ones he painted. And when I look inward, in my inner reality, I can get a sense of the creator directly interfacing with me, my energy field. And we're getting to the quantum part now. And I can sense this, and his creative hand, it's there, but it's not on a physical level, and it's not on a cellular level. I've been exploring this for a few years now, and I'm finally able to talk about it. And Spirit is going to help me to take these ideas and transmit them to you in the next few Reality Creator radio shows, or with this series. And they've agreed to help me with this because it's not an easy topic. So, the reason I say spirit is quantum, it's only at a quantum level of reality that I think the hand of the creator can be seen. If you can't reach seventh dimensional reality to look at the flat plate of the universe, you can go inward. And as we examine as science, I'm not a scientist, but let's just say as a scientist, as you examine reality, okay, it changes every time you go to smaller and smaller bits. Piece of wood looks like a piece of wood, right? And you put it under a microscope, okay, maybe a 10. This is just for understanding. For all you scientific people, if you're looking for exactness, forget about it. You're not going to get it from me. Anyway, so you put the microscope on 10 power, and then you take a look, and the wood doesn't actually look like wood anymore. It looks kind of different, you know? Its shape has changed because now you're looking at it at a different power, a different level of reality. And so now you switch your microscope to 100 power, and now you're in. The wood doesn't even resemble wood at all. It's a completely different substance. I mean, if you were plopped into that 100x reality, you wouldn't know you were standing on a piece of wood, would you? And now we're going to turn our dial up like a whole lot, all right? Down to molecule amplification. So now we're looking at molecules. And molecules, their energy, okay? I know we've seen pictures of people painting molecules. They look like little solar systems, and that's kind of in OBE. That's kind of like what they look like. But they're more wispy kind of energy patterns. They ain't as solid as a solar system. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. All right. But at that level of reality, you do not see the wood. You do not know it's a piece of wood. What you're looking at is a vast universe of molecules and electrons and stuff interacting with each other. And you're seeing a different kind of reality completely. Yet we're still examining a piece of wood. Keep that in mind, all right? But the reality has changed because our perspective has changed. So now we come down to, we're going to dial our microscope up another millions and millions of times, and we're going to hit the quantum level of reality. Believe it or not, quantum level of inner reality resembles a whole lot like our seventh dimensional reality that I had when I'm looking at the solar system. I will put a link to that reality creator radio show on the bottom, by the way. Anyway, that seventh dimensional reality and this quantum reality is very similar, to be perfectly honest. The universe changed again. That piece of wood is very different. But now, when you look at this seventh dimensional reality, I would say look, okay, because we're tuning into the energy of quantum, the quantum energy signature at this particular point. I want to say that the energy that you tune into at this quantum level of reality is the first kind of whiff that I get of the creator. That is where his hand is. It's at the quantum level of reality. It's at the seventh dimensional reality. It is not in the everyday middle of the road. It's in the gross and it's in the minute. This is where you find the creator. And because it's a lot easier to go inward than it is to go outward in OBE right now, the touching the creator from the inward reality is probably the better way of doing it. And this is why people, the axiom over the years has been, you find the creator within. Well, the reason is it's a lot easier to go within yourself using meditation, very deep levels of meditation, to reach a quantum kind of state reality. Okay, now at a quantum, this is where we're coming to. I know the show is so long. I'm really sorry. I don't know how to break this down. Simpler quantum reality. At quantum reality, you can commute. You are at a level of reality where the creator is operating. This is where you can connect to the creator. This is how the creator can alter and change reality. And this is how the creator wants you to understand how you create your reality as well. Let me tell you this. Let's talk about this piece of wood again, okay? We are at a quantum level on our microscope, right? We are looking at a piece of wood, okay? But it doesn't look like a piece of wood. It looks like millions of energy. It's like an energy reality, okay? Because quantum reality, nothing looks like a solar system anymore. And in quantum reality, you could say that the energy is kind of flat, like kind of like the flat reality and seventh dimensional reality. It's kind of like looking at electricity and lights. And anyway, at this particular level of reality, okay, the spirit is prevalent there. Now, this is the level of, I want to say, this is the level that the creator operates at. This is the level of reality that is actually shaped with reality creating. Because it's at these tiny levels of reality that the bigger levels of reality are created. Why is wood wood? Okay, well, I mean, we've gone through the magical journey, okay, from looking at wood in physical reality to looking at it at a molecular level, a microscopic level, molecular level, quantum level. What makes wood wood? Now, when you get down to quantum level, if you were looking at a piece of steel and a piece of wood on a quantum level, it would be very, very similar. I mean, the differences are so minute between the two substances that if you didn't know what you were looking at, you would swear you were still looking at the same thing, because we're at a different level of reality where things are very different. But at this quantum level of reality, this is where the creator operates. And this is why the creator operates at this level of reality. Because any small change at the quantum level of reality has ramifications that ripple upward through all the other realities. So if I got a piece of wood here and I want to change it into a piece of metal, it's a lot easier for me to manipulate the quantum level of reality than it is to manipulate the physical level of reality. So if I want to change wood into metal, which I don't even know if you can do that in physical reality, I would have to probably put it through some sort of chemical process or something like that. It would be a big freaking to-do, no doubt, right? But at a quantum level of reality, these substances are very similar. There's very little difference between wood and metal. And all I got to do is tweak the reality a little bit on the wood, and it becomes metal. And then instantaneously, I mean, if you could do this instantaneously on a physical level, everything would realign itself, going from the quantum all the way up to the physical level. The wood would change into metal. It would seem like it was magic. Like, wow, the magician came, he focused his thoughts, he changed wood into wood into metal. No, magic was not involved in this at all. The magician went into the quantum level of reality. And we can call him a techno-mage, actually, because that would be the term for, let's say, the future, right? The magician, the techno-mage would go into quantum level of reality. He would understand that he has to change reality at that level in order to change it in the physical reality, because it's a lot easier. So he goes in, he enters into quantum space, and he changes just a little bit. He doesn't have to do a whole lot, he just tweaks a little bit, and all of a sudden, the wood turns to metal, just like magic. That is the work of the creator. That is the science of the creator. That is where the creator exists. That is where he does the work that makes realities realities. It only becomes apparent. The creator's hand only becomes apparent in the very, very tiny and the very, very large. He doesn't show himself in the everything in between. And so that's why in this first part of this quantum spirit talk, I want you to understand where you can interface with the creator. This is part one. Where does the creator exist? He exists in quantum space. He exists in seventh dimensional reality. We're going to mostly talk about quantum space because that is reachable. Believe it or not, anyone who can meditate can get into a fine enough trance to reach quantum level reality and can tune into the creator. They've done it for centuries. Buddhists have done it for centuries with their meditations. They maybe didn't understand what they were accessing, but they were accessing quantum level reality. They were having conversations with the creator. They may not have been, hi, I am the creator kind of conversations. Okay, they are the more subtle sort of communication, which I'm going to talk about that in another Reality Creator Radio show. What I wanted to do In this show, even though you've had to endure 20 plus minutes of my blah blabble blabble going on, I wanted to introduce you to the idea that the creator is quantum. That is where you will find your connection to the creator. That is where we will learn how to manipulate reality on a very fine level to make changes in it instantaneously in physical reality. I mean, that's my hope for this series. We'll have to see how it goes, all right? Spirit's going to hand walk me through this so I can actually convey what I've learned to you in some way that is simple and you don't have a headache by the end of my session on quantum what am I calling this? Quantum spirit. I gotta write this stuff down. Yeah, I need spirit to give me a little bit of boost in my memory so I can remember stuff better. Quantum spirit. So I do a lot of post-it notes. Anyway, quantum spirit. This is how it works. This is the beginning of the journey. So if you think meditation is useless, think again, because it is the doorway to the creator. It is your way to interface with the creator in a way that nothing else can. So, and like I said, with right now with light side, dark side, and all this stuff going on in the world, if somebody comes up to you and says, I am the creator, I don't care what level of reality it's at, it's not the creator. That's not how he identifies himself. That's not how he wants you to communicate with him. He wants you to understand the quantum level of your consciousness and your consciousness' ability to connect and utilize quantum level reality. I want to leave you with one more thing, okay, before we go. Okay, the body is a quantum machine, all right? There's a reason why the body is chemical in nature and not mechanical in nature. We have a lot of these sci-fi shows that show consciousness in a mechanical body. Well, there's a reason why the creator chose chemical reality. And that is because chemical reality can directly interface with quantum reality more easily. And so your body, your brain, everything that is about you is a quantum device. I want you to if you get nothing else out of my little rant here, I want you to meditate this week on the fact that your body is a quantum level device. It operates on a quantum level, even though you don't realize it. It has some unique stuff in it that makes it able to operate on a quantum level so that you can connect with the creator, so that you connect with the way reality is actually manipulated and created is through the quantum level. And your body is a quantum machine. And once you realize that your body is a quantum machine and is able to connect on a quantum reality, down to the creator level of reality, you have now unlocked the door to being a techno mage. Imagine that. I'm going to leave you there with that. I'm Hermes. This is Reality Creator Radio, and I will talk to you again soon in our next installment of the Quantum Spirit series. It may not be the next show I do, but it's going to be continuing thread. Take care, have fun, and see you on the quantum side.